Damn, it feels good to be back. The Florida Gators have landed another commit as wide receiver Justin Williams. You are a Florida Gator.
You are Locked On Gators, your daily podcast on the Florida Gators. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Locked On Gators, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Thanks for making Locked On Gators your first listen of the day every day. We are available daily and free, whether it's in the podcast and on YouTube. As always, I am Brandon Olsen. We are live again. It's been a long time, like 20 minutes since I've seen you guys. It's been a little bit longer than that, but the Florida Gators landed another commitment. So, baby, we're back. We're back. Justin Williams has committed to the Florida Gators. Hometown kid from Gainesville. And yeah, Billy Napier, that was Drake. I'm glad that you mentioned that because Billy Napier. So if you don't know, let's go back for a second. The reason that I wear the shades when we talk about a commit or when someone commits is that Billy Napier, whenever someone commits to Florida, Billy tweets out the sunglasses emoji. And Billy Napier, this time, tweeted out sunglass, which, usually I feel like the general thought there is, oh, that means they're not done yet. I will say, I think they're done tonight. I'm not going to say they're done this week, but I think it's done tonight. But Justin Williams has committed to the Florida Gators, and he is one of the most dynamic playmakers in this entire 2026 class. He had 1,000 yards rushing this past year, and he had 1,400 yards receiving. He is one of the most dynamic playmakers in the entire country, in the entire 2026 recruiting class. And now he's a Florida Gator. And I think that a lot of people are going to liken him to just 2026 Trey Wilson, which fair, right? I do think that I'm interested to see. I was going to say I think, but let's not say that. I am interested to see if he plays more receiver this year, because that's likely what I think he's going to play at the next level, or if he's going to play more running back this year, just because that's more dynamic, and in high school, there's more value there usually. But this is just a huge addition for the Florida Gators. And again, this is, by the way, this is a blue chip player. Just want to throw that one out there. It's a blue chip player this time, so the ranking people who cry about that can't cry about it now. Official visits also set for Justin Williams he had Indiana in April. That was his first OV. Had Kentucky last week. Obviously, Florida this weekend where he committed and was supposed to take a visit this coming weekend to Florida State. We'll see if that happens. I'll say that. We'll see if that one happens. We do know that Chancellor Campbell, who committed about an hour ago to the Florida Gators, that he said he's canceling his other visits, which we talked about this on Friday. A lot of kids seem like in 2026, it seems like they are canceling their visits after committing somewhere and then potentially rescheduling those commitments as well. So I'm not going to say that it's all over. I'm not going to say that it's done and that it's shut down. Regardless of what the players say, I'm just going to refuse to say that because we've seen that happen a lot lately. But Justin Williams is just a dynamic playmaker, right? And Florida has done such a good job of recruiting those dynamic playmakers. Every year, there's someone that they're bringing in that you just look at them and you go, oh, they're a game breaker if they put it together. That's what Justin Williams is. He's a game breaker if he puts it all together. And by put it together, I just mean being able to do it at a higher level than just high school. But Justin Williams, huge for this class, huge for the Florida Gators to actually get another dynamic playmaker for this 2026 class where they haven't really had that yet. I don't think that they're done adding dynamic playmakers. I will say that Carson Baker is still someone that I look at, and I think he's going to be a Gator. I know he's with Florida State this weekend. But I still think he's going to be a Gator, and he's, again, ran the same 100-meter time as Aiden Mizell. But he's a running back. And so that's just insane. But I am looking forward to the addition of Justin Williams. I think that having guys like Justin Williams, who listed at 5'11", 190, having guys like that you can just get the ball to and let them make the play after, huge. And I see you guys talking. I mean, no, he's not Percy, which I will say. I understand what you're saying, Cag, of just the wide back style. I get what you're saying there. But I am just going to say, no, he's not Percy, because no one's Percy, right? No one is Percy Harvin. Like Tavon Austin wasn't Percy Harvin. I don't care what anyone says. Nobody was Percy Harvin. Nobody did it at the level that Percy did it. So, no, but he is that kind of dynamic, gadgety player that, again, it is becoming more prevalent in college football and the NFL. Like, guys are getting drafted to be gadget-type players. Just guys that I could say, hey, let me get the ball to you 6 to 10 times in a game. Or at least let me dial up a play for you 6 to 10 times in a game. And let's just treat you like an extension of the running game. Let's treat you like, whether you're actually lined up in the backfield or you're running underneath or you're catching a screen, whatever it is, let's just try to get the ball in your hands. And that's what Justin Williams brings to the table. He's that kind of guy where you don't have to have him run deep. He doesn't need to be. I think that too many people get hung up on a home run hitter as, he's really fast running straight downfield, which sure, a lot of players are, but to be able to create after the catch is truly way more valuable than that, in my opinion. I understand, taking the top off the defense, all that, great. But to have a guy where you don't need to take the top off the defense, where you could just give him the football and he can be a home run threat anytime he touches the ball, that's huge. And so I think Justin Williams has dynamic playmaking ability. I think that for the start of this class, that's huge to have, right? Because Justin Williams is his name. And so we've been talking about adding players like that can just contribute and just help. And again, this isn't going to be something where Florida's just going to add guys and all of a sudden their class is now ranking in the top 5, top 10 again. It's going to be a process. We went through this last year where Florida's class was really low ranked and started chipping away and adding to it. And that's what this is. So yeah, Ray Grage Goat, RGG, whatever we're going to call you here. Year 3 Lagway is going to have a lot of weapons. He is. Justin Williams is someone that I think can contribute in a gadget type role early on. And Florida now ranking 22nd in the country on 3. Again, this was a month ago. Just one. What's better, elusiveness or being able to break a lot of tackles? Both. How about that? How about they're both? No, I don't necessarily know if there's one that's better. Because I think context matters, right? If I'm just giving you the ball, you can shake people. That's great. If I'm giving you the ball, you're just plowing through people. That's great. But like running backs, probably both. Probably you need both. Receivers usually care more about elusiveness, care more about being able to throw a screen to you, let you outrun people. But also, if you can run through a corner, then run through a corner. I don't care. Justin Williams, by the way, is now on 3. He is the highest ranked Florida Gators commit in the entire 2026 class. And on 24/7, more of the same. He is the highest ranked player in the Florida Gators recruiting class. Not the case on ESPN where Caden Hall, did I just flub that? No, I don't think I did. No, I didn't. Okay, so very good. I didn't lie to you. I was looking at the wrong thing, but I was still right. So I'll say that. On ESPN, he is not the highest ranked commit. That is actually Will Griffin is ranked 69th. Nice on ESPN. So he is the highest ranked. Caden Hall is 2nd, and then it's Justin Williams. And nationally on Rivals, Justin Williams is not ranked. So that makes him at best the 2nd highest ranked commit in the class. Unless the receivers Mike Evans or Rob Gronkowski. Yeah, then sure. But so Justin Williams, a huge part of this class. We'll talk more about it. We'll talk more with the chat. I see you guys talking a lot. We haven't gotten to a lot of the comments or the messages. We've gotten to some, but we haven't gotten to, I guess we could say we haven't gotten to as many as we'd like to, right? We'll get to that when we get back with this bonus episode for the second time of Locked On Gators. You ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all of my money go? Between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment, it's pretty easy to lose track, and that's where Monarch Money comes in. Your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app, it's a complete financial command center. You can track all of your accounts, all of your investments, all of your spending in one place, so you stop just managing your money and you start building wealth. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONCollege at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONCollege for half off your first year. Thanks again for making Locked On Gators your first listen of the day every day. We are available daily and free, reviews in the podcast and on YouTube. And so Florida takes a big jump here with the commitment of Justin Williams. On 3, they went from 35 to 22nd. So big jump there again. Like I said, we'll see if 24/7 has updated yet. No, I don't know if I'm the one that's kind of bugging out here, but when I click to 24/7's 2026 recruiting rankings for the team for Florida, still not updated at all today. Not Chancellor Campbell, not Justin Williams, which is crazy, but what a fall off that's been from the national side of things and handling all that stuff. But we are going to go through the chat here to talk about the Florida Gators. Again, adding another big-time commitment over not over 2,500 yards, right? I think he was just under 2,500 yards last year. No, actually just over. Woo! We did it. Just over 2,500 scrimmage yards. He had what? 2,000 or 20. He had 2,505 yards. So just over that. Big time for the Florida Gators. I will say that again, adding someone that's dynamic. What's going on today? Love it. Like I told you guys, it's going to be a busy June, going to be a busy early July. I was telling someone in the Insider program, so maybe TMI, but I need to get all 4 wisdom teeth removed. And I am waiting until after July 5th so that we can cover these recruits. Like that's how confident I am. This is going to be a huge June, is that I'm waiting so that I can get that done after going live for all these commits, because Florida is going to go crazy in June. I'm going to say that one. I don't get to watch many of your lives because of work, so 2 in 1 day is awesome. Appreciate you, Cag. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everybody that comes in here and just kind of hangs out. It's big. Honestly, I appreciate all of it. I appreciate all the support, liking, subscribing, all that stuff. I get it, Cag. I could understand how that would be wild. It's one of the things where, for people listening, Cag said that he works in a kitchen, so last thing they want to do when they get home is cook, so they eat out a lot. I don't talk football much with random friends, just because, well, if not, it's not. Billy says Brandon's working overtime this month. Look, Billy finally followed me on Twitter, so I could work overtime. That's fine. We're on good terms again. You see how things go. Drake Castagnata said, great ads so far, in my opinion. I'd rather get the right guys at this pace than a quick, good summer ranking. If we can get a nice drumbeat going over summer and play as well as we should, we'll be good. Bubba C said it's not updated for us. Yeah, I don't know why, but Brandon, do you think we have a real shot at Sedarian Morgan? So, yes, I think Florida has a real shot at Sedarian Morgan. But I don't think Sedarian Morgan will commit to Florida. I do think there's a real shot. It's still open. But if I had to pick today where he's going, I'm going to say Alabama. I think Florida's past Auburn. I don't think he's wrong by saying, yeah, Florida's first or second. It's just I think that it's going to be really tough to beat Alabama there. But I do think Florida's genuinely top 2 for Sedarian Morgan. I just don't think that they're number 1. I don't think they're going to be the team that winds up with him, which isn't awful, right? You're not going to get every kid. You're not going to get every recruit. And sometimes you can do a damn good job of recruiting kids, but it just doesn't work. It just doesn't happen. And again, I'm not saying they're not going to get them. I do think it's I'd say right now, 65-35, I'd be leaning Alabama, which I don't think is bad considering where Florida was in this recruitment just a couple months ago and considering how much longer we've got. Then there we go. Hit the like button, please. Yeah, Derek Clavier Spiller. That one was bad. That one was bad. Derek Clavier Spiller. I tried to be like cool and say it quickly, and I just butchered it in the worst way possible. Said hit the like button, please. Yeah, hit the like button, subscribe, whatever it is you want to do. Again, I appreciate whatever support it is. Petition for Brandon to change his middle name to Florida Gator. So it'd be Brandon Florida Gator Olsen. I don't want to give it to Michael. I'll say that one. I don't want to give it to that. But yeah, Florida. I mean, look, Justin Williams, big addition. On I think Tuesday's show, we're gonna go through the film for Caden Hall, Justin Williams, and Chancellor Campbell, similar to I think it was last week. Yeah, last week we had Will Griffin, JJ Perez, and then Janari Carr. We went through their film scouting reports. Insider program, as always, you'll get that earlier in written form. What's up, Thomas? Appreciate you being here. If you want to join the Insider program, the link is in the description below. If you want to join it without going to that link, go to joinsubtext.com/LockedOnGators. You will be getting that written work before. We're going to get more active there. That's going to be picking up even more. But look, Florida, again, this is going to be a hectic June, hectic early July, and we're going to go nuts for all of it because I'm telling you, this class, there's a lot of potential with this class. And the Florida Gators are putting just honestly belt to ass on the trail with a lot of people, a lot of schools, a lot of teams. And they're not going to get every kid, but they are going to build a legitimate threat in the 2026 class. And I'll tell you this, unless they completely fail on the field this year, Florida's ending with a top 10 class again. Hell, unless they completely fail, I'm going to take the shades off just to let you know I'm serious and just so I can look you all in the eyes when I say this. Unless Florida completely fails on the field this year, they're finishing with a top 8 class again. There. That's just what's going to happen because Florida's putting in work on the trail. We're going to put the shades on to wrap up today's show because it is a recruitment show or a commitment show. So we're going to do that. But yeah, Florida is going to have a really good 2026 class. Justin Williams is part of that. Not to bring down the happy mood, but what happened to the freshman player that got put under house arrest? No update to my knowledge from that point or from that side of things. So I can't really comment much on that. What will it take from Billy for you to bring the belt out on one of these? Oh, that's a good question, Drake. What will it take for Billy to get the belt out on one of these? I don't know. I'll have to get back to you. I'll have to get back to you on that one. That's a good one though. If we bring out the belt for a recruit, that'd be big. We'll see. I need to figure that one out. That'll be a fun time. I'm looking for reasons to bring the belt out. So we'll see there. But the Florida Gators 2026 recruiting class shaping up and going to be really good. We'll talk more about it on tomorrow's episode of Locked On Gators because we are still indeed having a regular scheduled program tomorrow morning, 3 a.m. audio, 8 a.m. Eastern on video. I haven't watched Brandon for long, but what's the belt? You know what? No one tell him. Sorry, CAG. No one tell him. No one tell CAG what the belt is. He'll find out. You'll find out. I don't know how long you've been watching, but I appreciate you watching. You will find out what the belt is, and I promise it'll be worth the wait. It's a good time. And yeah, we'll bring the belt out at some point soon. Thanks for making Locked On Gators your first listen every day. We are available daily and free, wherever you listen to the podcast and on YouTube. As always, I am Brandon Olsen. Find me on Twitter at WNS_Brandon. Find all my written work with New York Giants on SI. And I will see you all next time, which I think will be tomorrow. I think we're done for the day, but I will see you all next time.